Welcome. I'd like to call this inaugural meeting of council to order and ask that you remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. I'd like to thank the Princess of Wales Own Regiment Foundation, Pipes and Drums, for our piper, Joe Shields. And for singing of our national anthem, we will be doing that live. So if everyone would like to join in, that would be great. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all our sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious free. Oh, we stand on for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Thank you, and please be seated. Good job on Canada. It is with great pleasure that I welcome everyone here this evening for the inaugural meeting of council for this term of office 2022 through to 2026. My name is Debbie Chapman and I'm the Township Clerk for Willis Township. As you are aware, the council-elect that we have present here this evening is as a result of our most recent municipal election held on October the 24th. I'll just do a quick introduction. Mayor-elect Jim Hegadorn, Deputy Mayor-elect Nathan Townend, and in alphabetical order, Councillor-elect Mike Budarick, Ward 3, Councillor-elect Jake Ennis, Ward 3, Councillor-elect Carol Parks, Ward 2, Councillor-elect Paul Proderick, Ward 3, and Councillor-elect Lorna Willis, Ward 1. I'd like to introduce our Chief Administrative Officer, Stephen Silver, for a few words.
Debbie, good evening. We have a special guest with us this evening, and I have the honor of introducing a former mayor who I have the pleasure of working with as well. Bill Lowry, who was a mayor of Loyalist from 2011 to 2018. Thank you for joining us, Bill. We also have our directors with us tonight. We have Fred Stevenson, Chief Fred Stevenson, who is our Director for Emergency Services and also my Deputy CAO. Lori McFarland, who's our Director of Community and Customer Services. Jenna Campbell, who's our Director of Corporate Services. And we've met Debbie Chapman, who's the Township Clerk as well. We did receive some regrets for this evening. And my friend Ian Wilson, I enjoyed my years on Ennis Township Council and have appreciated the outreach that Loyalist Township has made to continue connection with Reed old timers. Yes, in quotation marks. Please convey my best wishes to the mayor and members of council on their inaugural meeting, Reeve of the Ennistown Township from 1989 to 1994. Our MPs Shelby Cramp Newman, also sends her congratulations and her regrets, and would have loved to have been in attendance, but regrettably the House will be in session this week. And our friend and former mayor, MPP Rick Brzee, also sends his regrets, unfortunately, but his congratulations as well, as he's required to be at Queen's Park this evening. One director who sends regrets as well is MJ Merritt, Director of Economic Growth and Community Development. So I would just ask you to join me in a moment of silent reflection, please, before we begin the inaugural swearing in. Thank you. If you're going to introduce, okay?
Yep. So. At this time, I call upon His Worship Justice Geoffrey Griffin, who will be administering the declaration of oath of office, and each member will come down to the podium. Family and friends are welcome to take photos. We will have someone taking photos as well that we will be glad to share with anybody that would like them after. This is for the signing portion. So. I'll just.
Thank you.
And there's a pen for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the sign, it's good. Nathan, you're the wrong person. I think it's just easiest to have you read your declaration.
I, Nathan Chapman, having been elected to the office of Deputy Mayor of the municipality of Willis Township, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, and I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true, and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
If anyone is wondering, Deputy Mayor has a very handsome signature. It's part of the job. Thank you very much, sir. Right.
I, Mike Budarick, have being elected to the office of Council Ward 3, the municipality of Willis Township, do solemnly promise to declare that I will truly and faithfully and impartially exercise the office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received or will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office. I am biased, corrupt, or in any other compromise, improper manner. I disclose any pecuniary interest or direct or indirect in accordance with Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will faithfully be true to the allegiance of the Majesty of King Charles III. And I make solemn promise and declaration in consciously believing it to be true and knowing that it is the same force and effect made under oath.
Thank you. Congratulations. So you two little guys in the front, have you noticed something about this? We've been talking about the king, all these years we've been talking about the queen. Now we're starting to the king. Okay.
I, Jake Ennis, having been elected to the office of Councillor, Ward 3, the municipality of Willis Township, solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty the King, Charles III. That I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true, and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Yeah, that's fine. I, Carol Parks, having been elected to the office of Councillor Ward 2 in the municipality of Willis Township, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward in or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as it may under.
All of that. Thanks.
I, Paul Proderick, having been elected to the office of Councillor in Ward 3 in the municipality of Willis Township, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly and faithfully and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will bear faithful and true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Fine. Yeah. That's a good feedback.
I, Lorna Willis, having been elected to the office of Councillor Ward 1 in the municipality of Willis Township, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Progressive glasses. I, Jim Hegadorn, having been elected to the office of mayor in the municipality of Willis Township, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful to bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is the same force and effect as if made under oath.
I don't see one for Lowry. Thank you.
This time, oh, that's supposed to get you here. That's the chain of office. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our, I know you just did, but let's hear it for our 2022-2026 Loyalist Township Council. And I'll now hand it to Mayor Hegadorn.
Thank you. I would just ask them. I was just going to ask the clerk, if she would wish to speak to finding of the certificate.
Oh, sorry, yes, Your Worship, I did forget that. So the clerk's certificate as to election of members to county council for Mayor Hegadorn and Deputy Mayor Townend will be filed with the county now that we've had our inaugural.
Thank you. Good evening, family and friends. Thank you to Piper Joe Shields and Justice Geoffrey Griffin for participating, which made this a memorable evening and bringing a sense of gratitude to the proceedings. Thank you to our special guests for joining us this evening. Also, thank you to staff for organizing and participating in the meeting. I would like to just give a special thank you to my family, Kim, our daughters, their spouses,
And of course, my grandsons. Who are all here this evening. I would like to thank everyone in attendance. And I would just, if you could indulge me, I'd like to ask you just to take a look to my left. And then quick look to my right. This is your township council. This is a team that will advance the township, shape the future, and make decisions that will impact future generations. This is indeed an exciting time for Loyalist Township. Previous councils looked decades into the future and made difficult decisions. Those decisions provided opportunities for Loyalist Township. Opportunities that have provided a bright future for our municipality. One consistent issue we have heard from residents and local businesses is the void of industrial and commercial businesses within Loyalist. Residential housing has grown exponentially, and every indication shows this will continue. Loyalist is now growing in ways that we have not seen to this magnitude in many, many years, if ever. The industrial development of both new businesses and existing is starting to take shape. Some projects are in the planning stage, some being constructed, and others recently completed. This is changing the demographic of Loyalist Township. This new growth is by industries that chose Loyalist Township, not just for our great geographic location, but also the knowledge that council and staff are progressive, strategic, and are forward-thinking. It is a proven partnership which bodes well for appropriate and desired development, with cooperation from conception to completion of the project. New commercial development and the expansion of our existing businesses will be promoted as a focus for this team. It is the last essential component to complete our well-rounded community. I believe by rolling up our sleeves, we will inevitably see this needed commercial development. All this growth will provide employment as well as many opportunities for entrepreneurs and diversify the current tax base. This council will have the opportunity to drive and guide these developments. It is our responsibility to ensure our children and our grandchildren have a future within our vibrant community, while keeping an eye on where we have been and treasuring our history. That's what truly makes us Loyalist and gives us our sense of community. With the election behind us, the voters have spoken and empowered this council to make decisions for Loyalist's future. This also brings the responsibility to be the most engaged and pragmatic council that has ever been. This is a critical period for Loyalist Township, which council will embrace. We will use our diverse backgrounds, education, and experience, which will cumulatively benefit the decisions and the direction of our township. I would like to thank the voters for endorsing this council and entrusting us with your future. I am also thankful for being entrusted with this leadership role. I look forward to working with council and staff, and although this role includes providing guidance, I believe a large portion is to seize opportunity, to empower every council member and every staff member to excel, to grow into what they are capable of achieving. So friends and family, I would ask you to enjoy the roles our new council will be embracing. And to the voters, thank you. And stay tuned for what I believe will be an amazing 4 years. With that, I would ask, are there any members of council which would like to make a statement at this time? Deputy?
Thank you, Your Worship. members of council, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Loyalist. I want to first thank those in attendance for being here to witness and support what is a solemn and special occasion. This evening, individually and collectively, we councillors have taken the most sincere and grave form of commitment available to the understanding of our Western culture. To undertake the discharge of our duties with honor, integrity, and to the best of our ability. And this act binds us all in a unique fellowship. And though such rituals can to some extent seem archaic, their essence remains potent. And for me, my confidence in this council and my duty-bound fidelity to collective decision-making and governance find a most happy friendship. For indeed, I have very high hopes and expectations for what we together can accomplish in the service of the people of Loyalist. Yet I leave no more expectation for others than I do for myself. It is an honor to be in this role, and I do indeed feel the full weight of responsibility that the electors of Loyalist have placed on me to support the mayor in his role, to help lead council, and to bring Loyalists to the heart of Lennox and Addington County. I just want to take a moment also to thank all of those who have supported me personally, some of whom are present here this evening. All of us who serve in this way do so with the support of others, notably our families, who share the ups and downs of the job. I want to thank our staff with whom I have worked this past term. We are uniquely blessed in Loyalist with an educated, professional, creative, forward-thinking, and dedicated staff complement, led by our CAO, Stephen Silver, whose personal influence on my own understanding of municipal government has been invaluable. To returning colleagues, I want to thank you for your camaraderie, collegiality, hard work, and your good humor, notably with the verbose Cicero from the third concession. To new colleagues, I warn, there's no glory in this, but it is among the most rewarding jobs there is. And I thank you for putting your names forward and offering your gifts and talents in this way. Welcome, and please accept my congratulations and my pledge of support. Lastly, thank you to the people of Loyalist. Thank you for your love and care for our communities, for your spirit, your drive, your engagement, your volunteerism and altruism, your generosity and hospitality. Thank you for all that you do. And as we who are up here try to lead Loyalist, we will lead it by your example.
Thank you, Deputy. Anyone else on council wish to make a statement? Councillor Proderick.
Thank you. It's pretty humbling sitting up here. I want to thank family and friends, acknowledging my wife Heather, who hates being acknowledged, and my mother. They're the rocks and people that ground me when I get on my harebrained ideas and sort of get out there. I'm way out there, but I'm sure council will figure that out eventually. Thank the voters. That's why we're here, the voters and the non-voters. That's important to recognize that many people didn't vote, but we still represent them. We represent everybody, and the one thing I like about this council is I couldn't tell you which political persuasion anybody up here is, and I think that's the way we need to govern. I look forward to working with staff and the council here. And I also want to acknowledge the people that ran that weren't successful. I know I don't think any of them are here right now, but I ran once and wasn't successful, and it's a task worth doing. And this is probably the last time I can say this, but isn't it great that everybody here is happy and it's a great day? And, I'm sure the next time we see a crowd like this, it might be a different environment, but again, I look forward to the next 4 years, and echo made the comment that Jim made that we are in a special place right now, and I look forward to the next 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other members of the council? Councillor Willis.
Thank you, Your Worship. Fellow councillors, staff, and honored guests, I am both honored and proud to represent the people of Ward 1, which is Amherst Island, on this council. The next 4 years promise to be an exciting time for Loyalist Township, and Mayor Hegadorn perfectly summarized the opportunities that lie ahead. I was in this room 4 years ago celebrating the newly elected council, just as they had no idea that over half of their term would be focused on leading us through a global pandemic. I'm sure that we too will be faced with challenges that we've not yet anticipated. However, I feel confident, knowing that we have experienced leadership in the mayor and deputy mayor. I know that my fellow councilors are thoughtful and dedicated, and that we share a passion for this community. Finally, I trust that we will be well advised and supported by the expertise of Loyalist Township's capable staff. I would like to thank my friends who are here this evening. Your support and encouragement are deeply appreciated. I'm looking forward to the challenges that lie ahead. My commitment is to listen, learn, and work hard alongside this team to continue to make Loyalist Township a place where people are proud to live, work, and play.
Thank you. Other members of council? Councilor Ennis.
Thank you, Your Worship. And thank you to the voters and residents of Ward 3 who put their trust in me as one of their representatives. And a special thanks as well to my wife, Rebecca, my biggest supporter and biggest critic, both essential roles to play. And I'm excited. I look forward to working with my council colleagues, Royalist staff, and the residents of Willis over the next 4 years to make Willis Township an ever more vibrant place to, as Lorna said, live, work, and play. And let's not forget about play. After the last 2.5 years, we've all had play is important as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other members of council wish to provide a statement? Seeing none. We do actually have a very small official meeting that we will hold now that we're elected and all in one place. Does keep the clerk's department very happy to follow all of the rules. So at this time, I would call the meeting to order at 6:41 p.m. And I'll start with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we are being hosted on ancestral lands of the Haudenosaunee, the Mississauga, and the Omama-Wendat people. We acknowledge and welcome the presence of all Indigenous peoples, including the Métis, the Inuit, and other First Nations from across this vast land who makes this place home. The lands we are on today are recognized in the Truro Wampum, Dish with One Spoon Treaty, Treaty 27, and the Crackling Purchase. So at this time, we will look for a confirmation of the agenda. Could I have a mover to confirmation? So moved, Councilor Parks, seconded by Councilor Budarick. No questions or comments? Call the question. All those in favor, please raise a hand. Motion is passed. Declaration of pecuniary interest of general nature thereof. Anyone declaring it? I have to ask. Seeing none. Resolutions. There is a recommendation that the mayor's inaugural address be incorporated into the minutes of this meeting. Can I have a mover for that? So Councilor Parks, seconded by Councilor Proderick. And no questions or comments. All a question. All those in favor, please raise a hand. Motion is passed. Our next meeting is Monday, November 28th, 2022 at 7 p.m. in Chambers. I would like to, before we end the meeting, I'd like to mention to everyone here, there are some light refreshments in the vestibule. Please take part, enjoy, and celebrate with us this new council starting for the next 4 years. So with that, we have a confirmatory bylaw. We have a mover for a confirmatory bylaw. Councilor Willis, seconded by Deputy Mayor. That's hard to do. With that, we'll call the question. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Motion is passed. Could I have a motion to adjourn? Councillor Proderick, seconded by Councillor Ennis. Call a question. All those in favor, please raise a hand. Motion is passed. Thank you. We are adjourned. Please enjoy yourself. Get some refreshments.